I was literally this close to giving up on the blues until this happened. Hello, my name is David. Welcome to this channel, which is all about helping you develop your musical personality so that you can tell a better musical story on your guitar. This is the instrument, you are the author. We're going to learn how to use this with different concepts so that you can tell, well, something very personal. And what better musical landscape than the blues to tell your story. Okay, so I've been playing the blues for a long time. That's the musical style that got me into guitar, just like most of us. And after playing for a little bit, I was soon introduced to the minor pentatonic scale. So I'm talking about this position for an A. That's the position, the box that we use. 2 notes per string, frets 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. It's a great scale. It's an awesome scale. It works on many musical genres. I'm not saying that you should replace it. However, I quickly realized that I was getting a little bit stuck with that scale. The problem is that it sounds so good, it's so comfortable under the fingers that our fingers tend to take over. And whatever we play is very mechanical. We're all guilty of playing the same licks over and over, right? And oftentimes it's due to comfort zones on the guitar. So I started to get really frustrated with my playing. Everything was boring, mechanical, sounded very much the same. I'm still guilty of it. I'm trying to escape that, but I really felt it with the minor pentatonic scale. One evening, everything changed. I was playing a gig with my blues band, that was years ago, and our set was a 3-hour set, a long set, lots of blues songs, and eventually things started to get very repetitive for me. I wasn't feeling it anymore, and I was getting a little tired, and so I hit the wrong note. And lo and behold, that note sounded so exciting to me. It was not a note from the minor pentatonic scale. I just missed the note from 1 fret, and magic happened that night. The song we were playing was blues in A, and instead of playing the 2nd string 8th fret, I played the 2nd string 7th fret. That note right there. That note is the major 6th. At the time, and this was probably 20-ish years ago, I had no idea that this was the 6th. And I didn't really understand why I would benefit from knowing that that was a 6th. Now check this out. This note that I accidentally hit, this one right here, if I play this note on top of the 3 chords of my blues, which are A7, D7, and E7, that note works really well over these 3 chords. Played over the 1 chord, that note is the 6th or the 13th, making this A7 an A13. That note played over the 4 chord, which is D7, is the major 3rd. So that fits really nicely. And that same note played over the 5 chord, which is an E7, is the 2nd or the 9th, making this an E9. These chords are kind of like sophisticated versions of the 3 chords that I have in my blues. And that's great. That works perfectly. Now, this means that that is a very safe note. That accidental note is sometimes a 6th, sometimes a major 3rd, sometimes a 9th, depending on the chord it's being played over, but it's very safe. It's going to work all the time. So we're going to replace our traditional minor pentatonic scale with this newish pentatonic scale. It's still a pentascale because it has 5 notes. And this is what we have. Instead of having a root, minor 3rd, 4th, 5th, minor 7th, we'll have a root, minor 3rd, 4th, 5th, major 6th. Root, minor 3rd, 4th, 5th, major 6th. Root, minor 3rd. Very close to the traditional minor pentatonic scale, but a little different. Now, this doesn't mean that it needs to completely replace your minor pentatonic scale. That would be, I think, a mistake, because then you're going to be locked into a new scale and then your licks are going to get a little repetitive. Blending that with the traditional minor pentatonic scale it really leads to, I think, great new ideas. Let's give it a try. You heard that sixth, right? Guess what? That sixth, the accidental note that is replacing one of the traditional notes of the minor pentatonic scale, is only one note amongst many others. As a matter of fact, pretty much any of the 5 notes of the minor pentatonic scale can be replaced with another one, making that minor pentatonic scale a new type of pentatonic scale. We could, for example, replace the minor third with the note just before, which is a major second. So instead of having something like this, 5-8, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-8, 5-8, we'll have 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 4-7, 5-8, 5-7. Let's try to blend all 3 scales, the traditional minor pentatonic, the new one with the 6th, and the one we just played here. Let's see what happens. For the purists out there, I know it sounds a little different, but that's okay, because I believe blues to be a living thing, a living conversation that can really expand to new territories. It's very much like having a conversation with an old friend where you're gonna shoot the breeze. You're just gonna talk about, simple things with simple language. Yet there's depth there because there's intimacy. That's what the blues is. It's a conversation with a friend or different friends with a common language, but it's a living language. You can expand on things and develop new things. It's all about the story that you have within you. It's not about sounding exactly like someone else and telling the story that has been told forever. It's really about your personal story. And that's what this channel is all about. The backing track and the charts for this lesson are below, and also, check this out. This will show you a fat David with long hair and a beard, but the concept is not fat, doesn't have a beard, and oh, that's so lame. Anyways, this is not lame. Click this, I'll meet you right here. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you next time. Practice well.